No, did you have any, do you know if they have any calendars that?
No, get that from this.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Where's that for us? So before you leave, you can have a guy after, I'm sure. She asked me before the year ended.
Ah.
Yeah, I like it.
I wanted to write on this one. Oh. The old one.
Yeah, we get one every month.
Who had Tina Belcher? Oh. Yeah.
And go down and we call the office, the electrical badge. Somewhere. No, they're gonna mail it out. 5 minutes. Shake it off. Use the restroom. Put your switches. I don't know, because it said some office. She said some office. I don't know if you know the doctor's office. Yesterday. Let us know if you don't have a badge because you're automatically absent if you don't badge in. Only we can override that. And if you don't say anything, we're not going to go in and override it. Remember, your attendance matters. You can be on attendance probation too. These are things you can't, inspectors can't do anything about. Not necessarily if you're on attendance probation. It's an office thing. Yes. What is that? You too. And you're just behind, like front and back. I wonder if you're next to each other. How would it be? No. Gina's like, Roxanne's my calm and Sarah.
That one's back there for a reason.
She like pokes you on.
Mhm.
But you got bougie water today, she said. Don't forget. Okay, ready? One more minute on the dot. Use the restroom now. Looks like the campus is earth colors to me. Jay, me, you walk out instructors.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Drive safe. See you Monday. This Monday, you still come. Next Monday that we're off. Okay. I know. No, we don't have any. No holiday in February. No, we don't do presents. Good morning, pharmacy.
Good morning.
Happy Friday. Friday. Okay. Whose Friday is it? No, it's not your Friday at work.
Oh, no.
No, it's your Friday. Every day is your Friday.
That's right.
Right? I'd like it to be that way. Every day is Friday. I want to feel that way at least. Every day it's Friday. Okay. So today's topics, two topics, day supply and quantity to be dispensed. That's why I did release the freshman, because pretty much new to you, but not really new since you're doing labs with Miss J. So you have a little bit of a map on day supply and quantity to be dispensed. Okay. First topic would be day supply. Sometimes you'll see it as day and then supply. Sometimes you'll see it as day apostrophe S and then supply. And then I'll just do days supply. What is days supply? I cover this back to back with your quantity to be dispensed. Day supply is, as the word implies, how long will this prescription last? How long, in other words, how long will this prescription last? But your final answer must be in days. Okay, it must be in days. I don't want to see answers in months. Okay, so if your final answer came out to be 1 month, it should be 30 days. You have to remember this. One of the things that you need to remember in pharmacy, for purposes of insurance and insurance billing and calculations, a month will always be 30 days. It doesn't matter if the month has 31 days or the month has 28 days. Is it leap year this year? No. Check calendars. Leap year. How many days are in February if it's leap year? 29. Okay, but it only happens every 4 years. I don't think it's leap year this year, though it's year of the rabbit. Is it year of the rabbit? It's year of the rabbit. Okay. So anyway, 1 month will always be 30 days for purposes of calculations, insurance billing. Okay. Let's keep it going. For the freshmen? Okay. How do you know if a month has 30 days and how do you know if a month has 31 days? Except February. February will be 28 days. If it's a leap year, February will be 29 days. Okay. I always teach this. I learned it from my grandma. Okay. The hills and the valleys, your knuckles. Okay. And I want to keep it going. Okay. January, anything that ends on a knuckle has 31 days. Anything that ends in between has 30, or in the case of February, 28 or 29. Okay. That's why I call it hills and valleys. Hills and valleys. Okay. So it goes like this: January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July has 31 days, but then August, you go back again on a knuckle. So both July and August have 31 days. These are the 2 consecutive months, back-to-back months with 31 days. September would be 30, October, November, December is 31 days. That's how you know, just a fun fact, okay? And I want to keep it going because it's an old trick and I like using it. If I want to know and I don't have a calendar, are there 31 days? That's I just do. Okay? But remember, your July and August will be knuckle and knuckle. Okay, so that's a fun fact I want to keep going. Okay, day supply. How long will this prescription last in number of days? Okay, I have given you in classwork first. Okay, worksheet should be front and back. Double check that I copied it back to back. If you will notice, everything in the front are either tablets or capsules. We call them PO dosage forms, okay, by mouth. Okay, the liquid is dosage form in a hospital. When you say, "Oh, she's doing PO," that means just outside the IV room, like filling prescriptions for the admitted patients. Okay, PO. She's doing PO today. Everything in the front, if you notice, they're either tablets or capsules. Okay, flip it at the back. Everything will be in liquid dosage forms, either they're solutions, suspensions, elixirs, or syrups. Did you see that? And we're going to cover both. Okay. Day supply. So first prescription, amoxicillin. Take note, amoxicillin, the brand has been discontinued. But sometimes doctors or prescribers do that out of habit. It doesn't mean that you're not going to dispense or fill that prescription anymore. Okay, what do you give the patient? The generic equivalent, which is amoxicillin. Okay, so the brand is discontinued. Take out 500 mg. You call this hashtag now. We called it pound key in the old days because of the telephone keys at the pound. I told you before, no matter how good you are in math, if you don't know your abbreviations, we have a problem, okay? You don't know that TID means 3 times a day. Why? Because you won't be able to calculate or multiply that by 3 or divide that by 3, right? So what are the most commonly used abbreviations on a SID? What's QD? Every day. What's QOD? QD is kedie, QOD is que otro día. QID is 4 times a day, okay? What's BID? By, bis, in día, 2. What's TID? 3 times a day. Trae in día, if you speak Spanish, tres, okay? And you have 4. What's QWK? QWK.
Every week.
Every week, very good. What's TIW?
3 times a week.
3 times a week, very good. Okay, those are the most common ones, but you'll encounter more, and then we'll go over as we go through lecture. Okay, you also learned a lot of abbreviations in your other classes with Miss J, Pharmacy Tech, and it will add up. Okay, but those are the most commonly used ones. For our purposes, we'll focus on this one for right now. Okay, and I said if you don't know your abbreviations, you have a problem. Okay, because you cannot proceed with a proper calculation of, in this case, day supply. So day supply, how long will this prescription last? If you see the hashtag or the pound, that means that's the total quantity that you need to dispense or give to the patient for the entire duration of treatment. Can you follow? Okay, so I did say here capsules are tabs. If your test paper shows that or prescription shows that, it's okay for purposes of calculations, okay? So it can be tabs, can be caps, but I just know that amoxicillin usually comes in capsule form, okay? Is the 500 milligrams necessary in this calculation? No, it's not. However, it is important for you to know that this is a real prescription, that you have to get the 500 milligram strength and not the 250 milligram strength of amoxicillin. Okay, amoxicillin discontinued, like what I said, so you will have to fill this as generic. Okay, so 60 is important in the problem because you have to dispense 60 total, but your problem is how long will 60 last, right? Based on the sig. This is your sig. And sig means signatura, instructions to the patient. If it needs to be compounded, instructions to the pharmacy staff, tech, pharmacist, okay? 1 TID. So what you do, 1 times 3, and that's equivalent to 3. You have to take that 3 times a day, right? So for you to know, you just divide your total quantity by your total sig, okay? 60 divided by 3 would be, this prescription that you're looking at, staring at right now, is gonna last the patient, or you, if you're the patient, 20 days. Is that clear? Yeah. So if your final answer comes out to 20.5, this is what you do. How you remember, B day supply, round down, which means any decimal must be dropped. It doesn't matter if that's 0.5. Can you follow? Rules. Remember the rules. Okay, remember the rules. Because it's an insurance thing. This is important. Okay, round down for day supply. Once we get to the quantity to be dispensed topic, it's round up. Okay. Question on this first prescription? No question?
So basically, you round down or
Again, what's your question?
on what you said, basically, you round down, right? Basically,
That's why I underlined this so that you remember these down.
that's-
Yes, we'll get there. Okay. If you remember one, you're going to remember the other. You just remember day supply is round down, right? The other will be the opposite. Okay. No problems here? It's a simple prescription. Sometimes it gets complicated. And what do I mean by that? Jump, left side, Premarin. Premarin. One of my students said this is her favorite drug that she learned of all time. Why? Premarin, the brand name came from the words or syllables, pregnant mare urine. It is urine from a pregnant horse. Okay, so this is the prescription Premarin. 0.625 mg. This pens 40, 1 QD on day. Yes, you will see prescriptions like this, 6 to 15 of each month. Okay. And we're calculating for day supply. This is different, right? So how do we calculate this? Well, you focus on, this is one every day on day 6 to 15, right? Day 6 to 15 right over here. It's not every day, it's only on day 6 to 15. When you're faced with this, you can either count day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 15, right? So I'll put here 10 days total. You will only have to take this prescription, or your patient will only have to take this prescription 10 days in a month, okay? So 10 days per month, that there, so it's clear. So what happens? This becomes 40 divided by 10 would be 4.
Yes.
40 divided by 10 would be 4. What is this? 4 days?
Or-
Or 4 months? Yeah, that's why I put this here, so you're not confused. Okay. If you write 4 months here, I'll mark you wrong, right? Because the problem is day supply. So what do? It just said a month will always be equivalent to, right? A month will always be equivalent to 30 days. So this will be 100. You see that? Okay, so I don't want to see an answer that says 4 months. It'll be 120 days. Always calculate, because that's how we bill the insurance. Okay, that's how it's going to come out. Okay. So what happens if my fingers are not enough? Use your toes. Just joking. Okay. No, don't use your toes. I will teach you how. There's a shortcut to that. Okay. Get the larger day number, 15. Okay. Minus the lower day number, 6. What is that? 15 minus 6 is 9. But do not forget to add 1 all the time, plus 1. And that gave you your 10 days. Okay? When it gets a lot. We only have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Don't use your toes though. Okay? That's kind of an irregular prescription, but it's real prescription. You may encounter prescriptions like this. A patient doesn't have to take it every day, it's specific days in the month. Okay, and we also have tapered down prescriptions, wherein we lower the dose as the patient progresses, or up. We increase the dose as the patient progresses through treatment. Okay, is that clear? That's for the front. Let's go to the back. Now we'll talk about, no questions here? Move on. Okay. The back is the all liquid form. If you notice, there's solutions, suspensions, elixirs, and syrups. A little bit different. This is when Camille said sometimes it makes more sense doing ratio proportion, especially on the part. But we'll see. Okay. Let's go back to amoxicillin, but this time this is the suspension form of amoxicillin or amoxicillin. So you are to dispense amoxicillin with a strength of or dosage of 150 milligrams per 5 ml. Okay. And you have to dispense a total of 200 ml. The suspension must be a total of 250 ml. Take a look here. Do you need this in problems in calculations? No, it's just telling you that you have to get amoxicillin in this strength. Okay. But you need this? Yes, you need it. Okay. So when I take tests, I cross out the numbers that I don't need, okay, for calculation purposes, so it doesn't throw me off. Okay, because sometimes there'll be extra 1, 2, 3 numbers, and that's where students start getting overwhelmed because what do I use? Which among these numbers? Sometimes you're given 5 different variables, but you only need 2 of the 5. Okay, because the other variables are needed to answer the next question, and the next question, and the next question. So be mindful of that. But this is necessary because you have to dispense this total 250 ml. You follow? Now, if you want to picture this, each teaspoon, remember you learned yesterday that 5 ml or the other day, that 5 ml is a teaspoon. So if you want to picture this, you're a visual person, you want to picture a teaspoon, which is 5 ml. Each teaspoon will have 150 milligrams of active amoxicillin in it. Follow? Okay. What's this thing? 1 TSP PID. The problem is still day supply. The problem is still day supply. And what do I do? Well, it's not apples to apples. First step is to make it apples to apples. So this is an ml, this is an ml. So this has to be in ml, which is, this is 5 times 3. Same steps, but sometimes there's an extra step to make it apples to apples so you can calculate it nicely or correctly. 5 times 3 will be 15 ml. The patient needs 15 ml per day. But the question is, how long will 250 ml last if the patient needs to take 15 per day, right? So same problem, same type of problem, same calculation, 250 divided by 15 ml per day, okay? I write it per day so that you know, okay? 250 divided by 15 would be? Exact answer, 16 points. I need to explain this. 16.666666 days, right? Okay. What did I say for day supply? Round down, doesn't matter if it's 5 and up, so you just drop this. Okay, so the final answer is 16 days. For those 2 topics that I'm going to cover, day supply and quantity to be dispensed, I don't want to see decimals. Okay, it's whole number. So you don't say this will last 16 point something. For billing purposes, this is what we're gonna write, 16, not 0.16.67. Is that clear? Okay, so move on to the next problems and then I'll call you one by one. This is a little bit longer, but it's not on Blackboard. Okay, so nobody was able to solve it ahead of time. Okay, so work on this. And then let's start another topic at hopefully 11:30. Quantity to be dispensed. So we can finish both topics today. So if it's an ounce, learned this the other day, what's your conversion factor? Use to ml, ounce to ml. 30 ml, correct. Okay. Don't sweat the 29.57, just use 30. I'm gonna pass around day supply homework for your practice, and this is due when?
2 days.
2 days after today. But prioritize that in class work because we're gonna go over it. One in class. Always try to give it ahead of time because we have sophomores, juniors, and seniors who work fast. And I don't want them just waiting so they can start working on their homework now. Extra? There might be extra going around because I think I got a thicker side here. Homework, day supply, extra. And then Monday, we do quantity to be dispensed, but there's 3 subtopics in the quantity to be dispensed. It's single dose, single day, and total quantity. Today, we're gonna do the total quantity to be dispensed. If you, Kaylin, you got one, Kyle? One in class, one homework. This is for Roxy and Camille. Who else is there? That's it. It's Friday. Freshman, you good? So far. Have you been doing this in your other classes?
In the pharmacology.
Just shades?
I mean, yeah, not as.
Not as like step one, step.
Yeah.
Two. Okay, gotcha. But because you're using software.
Yeah.
This topic always comes up on national certification exam, day supply, quantity to be dispensed, even if in real life, software calculates it for you, your pharmacy software. The day supply and your quantity, as long as you translate this thing correct. Can't use phones and your iPads. I just said this yesterday, huh? Very good. Please. You don't have a calculator, you gotta do the long math, use papers. That's it. Got to that. I'm done. You know, we weren't allowed to use calculators. certain classes in pharmacy school. Not allowed to use calculators. You can have as many scratch papers as you not allowed. You guys are allowed to use calculators. Ready? Focus on the in-class habits, those who just came back. They still do the old school X-ray like that, the one that goes around, or just a wire, a square plate. We need volunteers. Oh, it's still. My dentist always has high tech. Was advanced gadgets. So before I hated X-ray, dental X-ray. Now it's so easy. She just puts a wire with a little square in the mouth, and then that's it. You should put something on it. Before it was like that, so I know it's still the old way where there's a drum that goes around. Shows. Yes. Ready? Not yet. Okay. There are 2 to 3 days. 1 to 2 tabs. Is there another one practice problem like that for the freshmen?
Yeah, there's one that's like.
Okay, perfect. Let's look at endostat. You might be stuck at that one. Freshmen. Endostat is in the front. Let's do that. Endostat. Dispense 55, 1Q6 to 8H, and then day supply. How do we take care of this? How do we calculate this? Look here. Okay, so you still have to do the total quantity to be dispensed, right? Okay. For purposes of billing, you always get the max. Okay, the max. 1 to 2 tablets, pick the 2, because the insurance will pay for it anyway, right? And you don't want to short your patients. Here, every 6 hours is what? 4 times a day, right? Because there's 24 hours in a day. Every 8 hours is 3 times a day because there's 24 hours in a day. You don't use the 6, you don't use the 8. What I do, I cross this out and then I encircle the max. Yeah, because that tells me right away that this will be 4. 1 times 4. Okay, and then proceed 55 divided by 4. You follow? Then follow the rule. Round down. Okay. Yes. Which one?
On the last one.
Okay, methotrexate. Yeah, go ahead.
Was it, no, it wasn't, it was just every day.
Correct, because your answer will be 1,
Yeah.
but 1 month.
Mhm.
So in pharmacy, again, there's 30 days in a month. You got it right. Good job. She asked about, Sarai asked about methotrexate. Oh my gosh, Sarai, I haven't used my egg cooker. Thank you. She got me an egg cooker. I was so excited. I hope this is it. But I'm 45 years old and I still don't know how to make. You know how to make lotions, creams, ointments, but not eggs.
You can boil it and you wait. 10 minutes.
Okay,
when it starts boiling, you count 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, you can.
Yeah, but I like poached.
Oh.
They have
See, and
the,
that one you got me does, poached does.
they have the egg timer where you, when you put it in the water, then the color goes down, so then you know when it's done, but
For
they have
poaching?
it, yeah, it'll show you like where it's at. And so like, yeah, they just like throw it in.
The one she got me makes 7 different kinds of eggs. I know. It was recommended to me. That's why I put it in the elf store. I said, Amazon truly knows me. Ready? Is there any irregular, quote unquote, irregular prescriptions that you've encountered for the freshmen that you want me to solve on the board? This might be one of those. And then if you be 1 to 2 teaspoons, pick the 2. Then convert. 1 to 2 tablets, pick the 2. Always use max when
Right.
calculating.
That's the trick, see. So once you do that, it's
Yes, that's just what I said, that Tarai said. What is the answer? Okay. She just said the answer. So you gotta pay attention. Let me tell you a story. I'm so proud of my son. Yesterday. So he texted me, he said, Mom, do I send this to my teacher? And I was wondering what that is. It's an email that he composed. Apparently, his teacher shared, maybe by accident, an answer key to a math worksheet. She shared an answer key to a math worksheet. And his email went something like, Dear Miss Maxwell, the subject was accidental cheat sheet, question mark.
Right.
Dear Miss Maxwell, I'm not sure if you sent this by mistake, but can I please have the worksheet that doesn't have the answers? For I am not a cheater. Yours, Benjamin. So cute. I said, you make me proud. Who does that? When you accidentally get, what kind of student does that? When you accidentally get an answer key? It's like,
His teacher's name was Miss Maxwell.
yeah, math teacher.
That was my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Miss Maxwell.
Oh. Interesting. And she responded. I saw her response last night. She said, oh, thank you so much. Just do the work. I wonder if I sent it to everybody. That was cool. Really, really cool. Try doing that in pharmacy school. Somebody got a leak. They're selling that. There are still homeless people out there. Ready? I want to get through one more topic. Quantity to dispense. Let's go. Number 1, we did it on the board, 20 days. Number 2, Vicodin 5/500 milligrams, dispense 70. This one's another one. 1 to 2, pick the 2 tabs. Every 4 to 6 hours, PRN. So what I do, I encircle the 2, and then I cross out the 4 to 6. I do times 4 and times 6. Encircle the times 6. Yeah, and then proceed. 70 divided by 6 times 2 now, right? 12. 70 divided by 12 should give you 5 days. All final answers for this topic must have the word days, okay? Unless on your test paper it says blank days. Is that clear? Make it a habit. Okay, make it a habit. Okay, Percocet, I'll just give you the answers on the first column, okay? So who got 5 days on Vicodin? Hands up. Okay, next one. Zithromax, 7 days. Who got 7 days? Hands up. When you see 2 stat, that's day 1. You see that? And then 1 QD. So if it's days applied, the total quantity would be total quantity minus 1 for Zithromax. and that will be your number of days. Because the usual dosing for Zithromax is 2 step. That's your day 1. Okay, who got 7 days? Hands up. Okay, Premarin, we did it on the board, 120 days. Augmentin, 4 days. Who got 4 days? Hands up. Want to see, especially freshmen and seniors. Kozar, this is easy. 31, once a day, 31 days. Good job. Okay, going down, Jordan. Everything on the right side.
All of them?
Yes,
Okay.
because we missed you the other day.
Yasmin, I got 168 days.
Correct.
Motrin, I got 66 days.
Mm-hmm.
Methotrexate, 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Endocet, 13 days.
Mm-hmm.
Adderall, 50 days.
Mm-hmm. That's Adderall XR, by the way. Adderall is different from Adderall XR. Okay, just so you know when you're outside.
Furosemide, I got 50 days.
Correct.
And Sensor XR, 50 days.
Correct. Who got everything correct on the right column? Okay, let's go. Back, all liquid dosage forms. Gina's like, her face. So Gina.
I didn't get to.
I told you, huh? I told you it's okay to commit mistakes here. Okay, try not to do it outside. So we got you. First one, we did it on the board.
16 days.
16 days, too.
I didn't do it.
Why not?
There.
Get there.
That's slow.
Now, because we still have one more to do. One more topic, and it's 11:35 now. Okay, what about you, Sarai? Did you get there?
No.
Okay, so freshman. Okay, that's okay. I don't want to stress them right now. I told you your focus should be on the accuracy, and then we get to the speed. This is something new to them. That's why when they were asking for volunteers, not freshmen. Who's done with the back part? See, it's freshman 1, not done with that part. Okay, a minute. It's okay. This is what week 1 and week 2 is for. Refresher for the ones who've been here. And then these are the new topics for the freshmen. So Gina, do the left side. Sarai, do the right side.
Okay.
Okay, right side. With the left side. You see. So 1 to 2 and circle the 2. This is times 6 and times 4, correct? And then proceed. So you get the times 6 and 2. So that's your 12. 800 divided by 12. But do not forget, this is teaspoon, this is ml. So you still have to multiply this by 5 for it to be apples to apples. You see that? You cannot just like we've been. Freshmen, look here. Vicodin. Back. Lord have elixir. Is that what you're working on, Gina?
Yeah.
So you can proceed with the rest. Lord tab elixir. You have to dispense 800 ml. 1 to 2 TSP. 4 to 6 H PRN. They supply. Okay, like I said, always choose max. So I'll take the 2 TSP, and this is times 6, and this is times 4. Cross this out, you pick up the times 6 because it's more than times 4. It doesn't end here though, because this is ml, you want to convert this to ml first. So this will be 10 ml, correct? Times 6, this will be 60 ml, then proceed with the division. 800 ml divided by 60 ml. Round down, and that's your answer. Wait for the rest. Left side, Gina, right side, Sarai. Don't worry, Kyle, Leslie, and Kaylin, you're up next. Was it wrong? Oh, yours? This is what I do. I always cross out the ones I don't need, and then I encircle the ones I need. Okay, but this is a common mistake when you don't forget when you forget to convert your teaspoon to ml and your total quantity is in ml. Okay, make it a rule of thumb. Make it metric unit all the time, especially if there's no instructions. Your final answer must be in metric. Ready? 2 more, Sarah? 3 more? You done? Good. Gina? Okay, let's do right side day supply, back page. Sarai will give us the answers. Day supply still. Amoxicillin will be 12 days. Zyrtec, Sarai?
25 days, and then the
Wait.
next one would be 17 days.
Why is it 25? It's half a teaspoon
Yeah.
every 12 hours.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Okay, go back to it. I have a different answer. Zyrtec, half a teaspoon would be 0.5 TSP. So in ml, that would be 2.5 ml, but every 12 hours would be times 2, right? So 2.5 times 2, that's 5 ml. You see that? 100 divided by 5 would be
Is that, right?
no. Let's do it. You're on Zyrtec, right? Do I have this? It's 100 ml. Dispense 100. Okay, so we got to say Zyrtec syrup. Dispense 100 ml. Half a teaspoon. Q12H. Okay. So this will be 0.5 TSP, right? Every 12 hours is 2 times a day. So you do 2. 0.5 TSP to ml would be 2.5 ml. 2.5 ml times 2 would be 5 ml. Go back to division. 100 ml divided by 5 ml per day would be. Yeah. What's the difference between 2 times a day and Q12H? Q12H, you really have to take it. Say you decided to take it at 7 in the morning, first dose. You have to take it at 7 p.m. Okay. 2 times a day can be any time your waking hours, usually breakfast and dinner or before bed. You see that? This one is Q12H, still times 2, calculation wise. Okay. Continue. You got the next one correct.
17 days.
17 days. Did you get this one? You understand it now?
Yeah, I was doing, I actually did 25 times the 5 ml. That's what I was doing.
Oh, half a teaspoon would be
Yeah.
half of
So
the.
I did the 1 teaspoon over the 5 ml, and then I did the 0.5 over the ml, and that's how I got 5.5.
Oh, just picture this.
Okay,
1 teaspoon is 5 ml. Cut that in
Right.
half.
yeah,
2.5.
I didn't, yeah, but I did
Okay, cool. Next one, chlorhexidine is 17 days, correct? Tussionex,
9 days,
9 days, correct. Tegretol suspension.
5 days,
Oops, another one that's off. 1.5 teaspoon. It can be confusing.
Okay.
That's 1.5. Okay. Hydrotol suspension, depends how much?
350 ml.
$350 ml. One. That's 100 milligrams. 1.5. I know, that's what it says. ESP, TID to QID. Here we go. This is how you take care of this one. 1.5 means 1.5 ESP, correct? Okay. Then crop this out, do the times 4, correct? But it's not yet apples to apples because this is an ml, right? So how do you convert 1.5 TSP to ml? Dimensional analysis, 1 TSP is 5 ml. Cancel, you should get 7.5 ml. Is that correct? Okay, so this now in ml is 7.5 ml, but do not forget this, times 4. And what is that?
30.
30 ml. Go back to the step, 350 ml divided by 30 ml per day. Your answer would be what in days?
11.
11 days. Correct. Okay,
And then I got 37 days,
correct. Kasi Arganidin?
9 days.
Correct. That's in 3 ounces times, you multiply that by 30. Okay, that's 90 ml total. Okay, you got that one? Who got everything correct on the right side? Good job. I'm looking at seniors too. Seniors. Yeah, you got everything correct on the right side? Okay, left side now, Gina. You got 16 days. That's how you're only gonna do one topic today.
Yeah, I don't have the last 3, but I have
That's
the
okay.
first 3.
Next one, lower tap, how many days?
13,
13, Zithromax,
25.
25, correct, so you're on the right track, it's just that you're still slow at this
Yeah.
point, that's fine. Magistral suspension,
37.
37, and then you stop right there.
Yeah.
Actually, the last 3 is so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, go back to the times when you were freshmen. You're slow too, right? That's why they're still working on accuracy. And then come sophomore, come your second sequence, work on your speed and accuracy. You never leave accuracy. Take note, the lactulose is TBSP. Okay, so how much is that in ml? 15 ml, 1 tablespoon. An ounce, 30 ml. Correct. Answer on lactulose is 15 days. Here we go. Phenergan with codeine and Hycodan. I want to at least start the topic on quantity to be dispensed and then give you the in-class and the homework. So when we come back tomorrow, we just got answers. It. We just, the last 15 minutes, go over the quantity to be dispensed. Gina, next one, last 2.
7.
7, correct, 7 days, put the word days on the Phenergan with codeine, 7 days. Hycodan syrup,
3 days.
3 days, correct, see, she got it, she got the correct answer, you got everything correct on the left side, left palm, good job. Okay, flip, quantity to be dispensed now. Okay. I'm passing around in-class work. I'm going to do some of the in-class work on the board. But tomorrow, since we're running out of time, you are gonna come back with finished quantity to be dispensed in class. And the homework I'm gonna be passing around after I go over some of this. Okay? Here. Next topic, quantity to be dispensed. Okay? For quantity to be dispensed, if we're talking tablets and capsules, you always have to have the final answer whole number. You're not gonna dispense half a tablet, especially in the retail setting, unless this is in a hospital, half a tablet, single dose, yeah. But we're talking total quantity to dispense or to be dispensed. Total quantity to dispense. Okay. Same, 2 pages, everything in the front are in either capsules or tablets. Everything at the back are liquids, solutions, suspensions, elixirs, and syrups. Okay, all prescriptions. Once we get to our topic tomorrow, quantity to be dispensed, single dose, single day, total quantity. You may have answers that are half a tablet because it's single dose, right? And that's fine. For this particular topic, since we're talking total, all answers must be whole numbers. Okay, except for the back page, which is in ml. Clear? Okay, quantity to be dispensed, quantity to dispense, first prescription. Okay, amoxicillin, 500 milligrams, 1 TID times 5 days. Okay, now this doesn't have tabs or caps, so whatever your final answer is, if it's not specified and you write tabs, that's okay. Though I know that amoxicillin comes in capsule form. So tabs or caps answer for page 1 or the front page is fine. But if it's specified, amoxicillin caps, I want to see the word caps. Okay, is that clear? Well, this is another easy calculation. It just seems overwhelming because it's a prescription. All you need to do is to focus on the thing. And what do? You just multiply everything. You see that? 1 times 3 times 5, and that's a TID, that's why 3. 5 times 3 is 15, times 1 is. So this spans 15 tabs or 15 caps. Is that clear? Okay. Pay attention. I didn't have here the hashtag or the quantity to be dispensed, right? Because that's what you're calculating. On tests, on the quizzes, sometimes, or most of the time, it'll have an instruction that says, calculate for day supply or total quantity to be dispensed. Don't come to me asking, Miss Ellie, the day supply or quantity to be dispensed. Here's a tip. If you don't see the total quantity, you're being asked of the total quantity. Okay? If you don't see that for 5 days, you're being asked of how many days will that prescription last. You see? Okay. Once they're combined in a test, I'm giving you the tip. Okay. So 15 tabs. Let's jump to Vicodin. Same process. Eliminate or cross out the numbers that you don't need. Again, total quantity to dispense. We don't want to short the patients. Okay. But we want to bill the insurance correctly. Vicodin. 5/500 milligrams, just as an example, 1 to 2, Q4 to 6H, PRN, 15 days. What do I do? For calculation, I don't need this. I just have to know that this is the strength. By the way, the 500 is no longer available. So I encircle the 2. This will be times 6 and times 4. I cross this out again, I get the max, right? And then proceed. 2 times 6 times 50. And you have total. Nice. Answer?
180.
180. Correct. You see that? 2 times 6 times 4. times 15. Fill that, okay? Fill that. See that? Okay, same for everything at the back before I end the class. Let's go do some liquid dosage forms, prescription. So you will have, I want you to prioritize this for your homework in class and the homework I'm gonna give, okay? Because tomorrow we'll pick up from the in-class quantity to dispense, answer right away, okay? Next one. Well, same for amoxicillin, amoxil, 150 mg per 5 ml. Your SIG is 1 TSP, TID, 12 days. What did I say? Focus on the SIG. You see that? But always have metric as your final answer. So convert this right away. You know that 1 teaspoon is 5 ml times 3 times 12. And then your final answer will be in ml. And what is the answer? 180 ml. Freshman? Yes? Yes? Okay, jumping to a more irregular prescription. Not the usual. Let's do the lower tab. Lower tab elixir 1 to 2, TSP 4 to 6, H, PRN. What's PRN? As needed. Coordinata, which means as needed. Correct. Okay, let's do this. Encircle the ones you need. 2 TSP times 6 times 4. Take this out and circle the times 6 because it's more than times 4. And then your times 16. Don't end there. What do you do with your 2 teaspoons? Convert it to ml, 10 ml, times 6 times 4 times 16. What's the answer? 960 ml. Good job. Do the rest. We'll pick up tomorrow. Okay? Homework, quantity to be dispensed. Okay. When you're faced with final answer with a decimal, total quantity to dispense would be round up. Round up. Day supply is round down. Total quantity to dispense is round up. Meaning anything in excess, 121.4 ml, 122. Okay? Because we're talking total. Once it gets to single dose, it is important to keep the decimals. Because we're talking about oral syringes, injection. So the decimals are important for single dose. But for total quantity, you don't want to short your patients. Okay? You don't want to short your patients. They're bringing this home for the entire duration of treatment. 16 days, 30 days. Okay? Don't want to short them even an ml. Okay? And the insurance will see that. So you want to bill them correctly as well. Questions? Continue working for the next 5 minutes, but I'm not pressuring you to finish because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 28 prescriptions you need to work on for in-class alone. For homework, you have 28 as well. So prioritize your in-class quantity to be dispensed. For the class tomorrow. Make sure you turn in all homeworks due. I'm going to try to update your grades today. Yesterday's quiz. When do we expect the next quiz? Tuesday. Why? We're going to do single dose, single day, and total quantity again on Monday. So that's another chunk of topics. So come Tuesday is test day. What does it cover? Again, from conversion to day supply, quantity to be dispensed, desired over half times quantity, single dose, single day, total quantity, however you want to call it. And then week 3, perfect timing, Wednesday, which is the beginning of our week. Pediatric dosing. Dosage calculation. Watch the videos on pediatric dosing on Blackboard. Certainly can, so you're not going to be too behind, okay? Because we only have 3 to 4 days to cover that. 3 days, 1 quiz, 1 day, and then another and final exam. Happy Friday! I'll see you guys on Monday.